Okay. For starters, I have a BA. I have a bachelor's in art. I do not have a BS. Like my last video was BS. It took 16 minutes to tell you absolutely nothing. I just am replaying, or it feels as if I am replaying a cycle that I no longer want to participate in. It's the same stuff that I've done before. Okay? I've never had a successful family. I've never had a successful home. What I was really trying to say was that I've had what society says is the right thing to have, the right thing to do, all of that kind of jazz. I'm not interested in that anymore. It is BS. It is. So I do have BS, a fucking big BS, a BS full of a bunch of BS. And I'm tired of the BS. I don't want to play with BS anymore because it's a bunch of effing BS. I'm saying it that way because I can't spell the words. I'm just kidding. No, that's probably really, really true. I suck at spelling. So I watching Mr. Kyle Michael Dory's videos has, God, my boobs are so big. Okay, have scratch that. Don't put. Okay, has opened my eyes to parts of me that I didn't know were there. Okay, things that I want, things that you know. Okay. No, Miss Lulu, I've not made it off the couch. Well, I mean, I have to shower, but obviously because I have different clothes on. Okay. Now that I have that established. Yes, I want to be like, this is totally a girl thing, or a female lovey-dovey kind of in the hearts thing where I'm completely vulnerable. So, I have created this image of what little information that I do have about Mr. Sexy Soul Dory, which, yes, by the way, I think is incredibly awesome. Is he incredibly awesome? I have no idea. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Either way, the point is that I have learned, have been able to crack heart walls that I didn't even realize were there. So that's that. Like I don't want society's thing of what's good and what's not, and I like there for a minute just got kind of like sucked back into that, you know what I mean? And like that's not even what I want. It's not on my to-do list, you know. Sorry, ears. Now with it being said, I know I should probably like dress up on these videos, right? Like put on makeup and stuff. I don't know. But I'm not going to. I mean, maybe. I mean, I will maybe on some. Like I have on some, but I'm just not digging it right now. So, and I guess it really doesn't matter because I got like I had a knock at the door earlier, and so I one of the nice gentlemen in the neighborhood, Nate, he brought me some beautiful lavender flowers. And then, of course, whenever I answered the door and he had the lavender, there was a blueberry muffin, a lighter, and an avocado at my doorstep. That had come from Troy. Yeah, which I need to call and text him and tell him thank you. But I was on the phone with my mom. Anyway, okay. So, and my head doesn't really itch. I'm just really kind of looking at my hair because I'm feeling girly. Kind of girly. Anyway, yeah, boy, now I look like poo. Okay, so, I really do look like poo. Alright, no. Anyway, whatever. So they say as within, so without, right? So your inner world's your outer world. And I'm just really trying to figure that portion out. So, because it's kind of like it's supposed to be inside out, right? So everything that I see outside of me is what's going on in the inside of me, and what's on the outside of me is on the in me. Which, if that's the case, then we're in some deep shit. Because I'm in some deep shit. Well, we're all in deep shit because you're all me and I'm you. So, yeah. So, and then that brings up like a whole nother thing, right? Like, blah. Anyway, yeah. See, now I looked all right in the beginning of the video, and then I start feeling like poopy, and then it changed, and then so now yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. Yeah, but I got a whole lot of that kind of questioning going on, but the good thing is I'm learning from it, right? So I don't know. Yeah, I would like to experience that kind of life. And apparently I'm still having a hard time understanding the principles and the quantum physics behind the magnetism, the resistance, the emotional feelings, the stored cell memories, the color it is, the vibration that it is, what part of me that is fearful, all that kind of stuff. So, but I have this huge thing. Like, I know that there's also like all this stuff in there's, okay. So manifesting, I'm all good with. I have a problem with trying to manifest love. Even though I know that everyone outside of me is actually me anyway. So really, none of us are loving or looking for love outside of us, because outside of us is us. You know what I mean? Like, it's all us. And so if the outside that we see is really the inside, then does that mean if we don't have love on the outside that we don't have love on the inside? Obviously, right? Oh wow, that sucks. So since there is since you can like do love spells and stuff like that, which I do not believe in myself, and then you know that, but I've like looked at it, because I'm not going to be one of those people who's like you know closed-minded or whatever, right? So, and I look at everything with an open mind, and so I'm like, okay, well, is this right or is this wrong for me? And what is it that I want and what is it that I don't want? And so I'm like, I have this understand, okay, how could I just really stick this out here? Okay, so I haven't really told you guys all of my beliefs, so I'm sure that my conversations are like very, very, very confusing. In my belief system, I believe in the all, okay? And the all being all. There is no good, there is no evil. I'm the middle of the road. It is all part of the one, which is the all, which is me, which is you. So there's no me, there's no you, there's no we. It's it's just straight up the all, whether the all infinite intelligence, being plasma, whatever. That portion I don't know. I know that reality is indigenous to each individual, which means that no two people see the same, think the same, or live in the same reality. So Like, I may see myself right now on camera as looking one way. You may see me on camera looking something totally different, and the person next to you will see something totally different. It's like whenever you really like somebody, right? And like you think they're so hot and so beautiful, and like everything about them is cool or not cool or whatever, you know, and the person next to you has a totally different view, and then the view that they have of themselves is totally different, right? So that right there just shows you that it's obviously an individual reality for each person, which means that if that is the case, the perception that you have is your perception. So whatever you perceive is your reality, which means that's the so within, so without thing, right? You are creating all of this stuff, but you are creating it all in a context of that. Okay, it's no, it's not, you know what, I don't even think that we're creating jack. Like, I don't think we create a effing thing. What I really think is it's more kind of like a massive giant quantum computer. The all is right, the infinite intelligence, this plasma smartness or whatever, and we are like, we're like we're like the little bits, like we're the little binary bits, you know what I mean, like little zeros and ones, and then we're like you know, to figure out going all the different ways, like photosynthesis does the light in the plant to get from, you know, to get out, and then all the other, because processing information to figure out or to understand ourselves mathematically. Okay, in these measurements, if something's being measured, you're in a container, right? So, and we know that everything here in this reality is mathematics, blah 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 blah. We also know that the reality that we just happen to be in is also contained in whatever this combination of bodies are, like your illusional physical body, whether it be plasma holographic, or if it's whatever kind of like holographic or whatever, water, I don't know. Then your etheric body, which is your energy body, or your, you know, and then you got all these, and you got your astral body, and you got, you know, all these things. Because time doesn't exist, we're all in everywhere at the same time, experiencing all this stuff, because we're multidimensional, right? We know this because the synchronicities. Anyway, so I'm not gonna convince you to think what I think, because that's your deal. And everybody's road's different, obviously. So anyway, I'm just gonna stop there. So anyway, it's like a process trying to figure itself out, right? Which means that I'm the only player in this game, and if I'm the only player in this game, then I obviously, that's where the service to self would come in, because I obviously want to be the controller of my own game, right? I mean, like, if I'm the one creating the game, I'm going to play the game. It's going to be my game, and if I'm going to play it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to play the game that I want to play. Like, I'm not going to let my game play me. F that. Especially let my game hurt me and just tick me off, right? And just, yeah, nobody likes that kind of thing. Nobody's got time for that. So, it's a process, which seems like what we're doing, which a process computer system, or a programs, yes, we're like programs in a computer. And so someone has to implant the program into the computer. So who did it? I don't know. But whoever did it, somebody else did it. We didn't do it, because there's a unified conscious, which means that we're all connected, like networks, or in a brain, like, you know, vines, or plant-like leaves, or like light signals, or like brain waves, or electricity, or, you know, quantum entanglement, all that kind of stuff. So if it all goes to one place inside of the microcosms, like the macrocosm, macro, yes. So then that means what's going on here in the microcosm, little, you know, nerve connectors, whatever, in the brain, then that's obviously what's going on in the macrocosm, which just means that we are tiny. And so we're not actually programming, right? Because we're conscious, we're subconscious. The subconscious will be, I don't know, some other form of us. So anyway, we're not the only ones in control, which comes to the theory of the co-creation, whatever, right? And then the whole God thing, and just step back and let it take control, because, you know, the individual is the ego going thing. Anyway, it gets really confusing. And so that's where I'm at right now. So, okay, so basically what I'm saying is that, like, we are one. Like, we're all it. We're all the all, the entity. The thing that we're searching for is us, right? And so what that means is that we divided ourselves. We as one whole entity was lonely. You know what I mean? And we were trying to understand ourselves and learn. And so we broke ourselves. We fractioned ourselves. We fractioned. I don't even know how to say that properly. So, like, when we were the all, when we were whole, before we were whole, when we were whole, I guess we were just lonely. So, knowing that look, it really sucks. Like how can you, like I would like someone to enjoy me for as long as possible, and that could grow for me, and that I could grow for them, without wanting that, and for them to want that on their own, without having to make somebody want to, without having to manipulate them into wanting to, without having to cast a spell on them to make them want to. Even though that is what I want, I know that if you really ask yourself the question, if it's all you, then you're not doing anything wrong to anyone. And as you trying to take control of you and all your 7 chakras and entities inside of you and whatever, then you obviously have got to gain control, and you, whatever it takes to get that done, you got to get that done, right? Because it's all you anyway. I got that. I get it. I don't want to do it. And if it's my world to create, and it is my world, because I am creating it, because I can, we all know that reality is indigenous to each one of us, right? So if that's the case, and with thoughts and with all this other stuff, then why do I got to play by your rules, right? Like, why do I want to do that? I don't want to fucking, do whatever things that, I don't want to make somebody do something. I want to create my own, right? Like take control of something. I'm not going to recreate something you already created, or something somebody else created. I want to create my own crap. You know what I mean? I mean, if I'm gonna, I don't want to be up shit creek without a paddle. I want paddles on shit creek. Maybe I just don't even want to go in shit creek at all. Maybe I want to go like on a water. You know what I mean? Maybe I want to go down a waterfall like a fucking unicorn with wings, and be like, woo, and then never hit the fucking bottom. And there'll be a margarita waiting there for me, with some like hot dude and some Speedos, or maybe not even bottoms on at all. Maybe. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Now that I have that off my chest. Excuse me. Yeah, that's, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just me, like, it's just shit I think about. Is everything going to be okay? Yeah, absolutely. Everything's going to be fine. All of this obviously is a learning lesson. What good's come out of it? Sorry, my neck's hurting me because I'm just, yeah, triggers. So, like, it really, what's been going on is, like, stuff that that I've had deep down, fears that I didn't know was there. I'm actually now learning. They're coming up. They're showing themselves. That way they can be addressed, and they are being addressed. And this is one of the ways that I am addressing it. So that's pretty much what's going on here. So there's good out of everything. Like I'm not, I'm not upset. Oh yeah. One more thing. So like if it's all law of attraction, right? So like how do you desire something? Of course, I just watched this whole thing on Quo, and okay, so you got to be really careful, right? Because like your desire for something creates this resistance or resentment, or and then becomes egotistical, and I don't know. It's just like this never-ending thing, which obviously is never gonna end because we're eternity, and to be doing this for eternity. I'm not gonna be doing this for eternity. You may be doing this for eternity, but I'm like, no, I'm actually going to regress in age. There, it is totally retarded to have to be reincarnated and waste like all of that time to try and remember, and then go through and do all this crap again after you done lost your memory. That's super stupid. I'm not, and I know obviously, like, I don't know, like, come up with this. I don't know whoever did it was a wonderful idea at the time, but it no longer serves us. So I know the main thing. Okay, I'm going to figure out how to give the power to, I'm going to figure out the I'm just going to straight play like Jesus when it comes to like healing the body and stuff. And I want to show others how to do that, but that's something that they will have to do on their own. And I'm not going to do it. Well, yeah, like that's just straight up what I want to do. Like I am going to age regress. I'm going to go back to like age 30, and I'm retrieving what time I feel like is it a lost, or not so much lost. I don't want old time, so don't get me wrong. So that's just like a totally bad way of saying it. But I want I want to go back to an age where I can actually enjoy doing the stuff that I love, and enjoy that time, and be able to experience more things that I couldn't experience, and what little time that I did have, because time doesn't exist. So there's these, and if there's parallel realities too, and they're going on at the same time we're playing at all, then there's either, you know what I mean, like F this, you know what I mean? Like, thank you, body. I love you. Mwah. But unless you can multi-frequency hop, then in a very healthy and younger, more attractive way, where I can become more, which I am, so I'm becoming okay. So like, if I can release all of the trauma that is stored in this physical body right now, I would be happy. Well, I'm not happy anyway, but you know what I mean? I'll be able to experience things that I did not choose to experience prior to this moment, which I am now choosing to experience. Yes, that's how it's said. So, does that include being a vulnerable, girly kind of thing? Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Because I would would love for somebody's birthday that I cared about. You know what I'm saying? Just to be like, okay, so I love to do art, right? So you know what? Maybe I want to go back because I haven't done it this time, and like, or not go back, but do have the opportunity to do here in the future. You know, just be like, you know, for somebody, you know, that I'm seeing is like birthday or something. You know, how cool would it be to be like, you know, follow the rose petals and the candles, you know, upstairs to my rooftop studio where I'm, you know, where that overlooks the fucking ocean, and I'm like, you know, painting this base portrait of said whoever, um, you know, with nothing more than maybe, you know, a nice little string down my back, maybe, and a little bit of my butt covered, and a nice copper thing with my hair up, you know, pretty much naked almost, basically. And, you know, my happy birthday with a nice freaking, you know, cufflinks, a money clip or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be awesome. So, those kind of things. You know, the stuff that we don't normally get to do because it takes so long for us to get to this understanding that by the time that it happens, then we're just, you know, like I was talking to my mom today, like people are just so wore out and they're tired. They're just tired of being tired, you know, and then it's like, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years of freaking like undoing that takes so much time and energy when the energy and the life force is mostly gone, and nobody's really got time for that. So here, listen up, like subconscious, universal collective consciousness or whatever, okay? Like that is over. We don't have to do that anymore. Let's do the whole eternal thing, right? Like the live forever, we're living forever anyway. So why don't we just make a big leap and evolve to a awesome, you know, a new body, including the light body, you know what I mean? All in one interchangeable one where we don't have to like where our conscious can freely go from whatever, wherever to whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that just sounds way cooler, so we can experience all the stuff that we choose to experience, along with the stuff that we have to or need to you know to learn. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, this is where you know, we're it. So why don't we just do the cool stuff? You know, I mean, if we got to do the hard stuff, then we might as well do the cool stuff too. That's all I'm saying. Yes. That's what she wrote.